Welcome again to the midday edition of Gospel Life News. We want to say a big thank you to our fans. Now, for new subscribers, we are saying a special thank you to you guys. Thank you for joining this biggest family you have here on YouTube. Trust us to give you guys amazing and entertaining content to suit you guys. Please welcome, feel free. This is your home. Now, this is me saying welcome to church. You know that kind of thing, this is welcome to church and all of that. I'm doing that now. Your first time after raise up your hands, all of those things. But then we're happy to have you here again. Let us do amazing stuff this year. Anyways, the news was buzzing. We have amazing guys on the news today. For Victor AD, he has been dragged on Twitter over his comment about Prophet TB Joshua. Now, this is why for Nigeria Twitter space, it's just advisable that you stay away from religious posts because all of those things can cause like a back and forth for you as a person. If you're not mentally okay for the conversation, you might just be mentally derailed or something. But then, what is my own? I'm just here to give you guys a report as to what is happening regarding Victor Eddy at the time. At the same time, WIZKID is set again to give us another ease. And for this WIZKID guy, at the point he came out to say he was going to stay off music, but then it looked as though WIZKID cannot make himself stay off music because we saw him and Mastercraft together in the studio already making something for the new year 2024. At the same time, WIZKID manager slash baby mama utility person basically and she's come out to give Nigerians a quote for the year. All of this I'll bring them to you. My name is Daki. You can spell my name as Darki, and then you know it double E. Let us see what the news has for. Rema was in those people from getting an endorsement deal with Jordan, one of the biggest shoe brands in the world, owned by Michael Jordan. And so amazing content is being fashion shows, meeting amazing people, Offset and the likes. All of these just shows that is a testament to know that this year we are not ready to see what Rema has for us. We saw Rema once again for the second time and just hit 35 million monthly listeners on Spotify for the second time. And just so you know, Rema is the only African artist to have crossed that mark. We saw just last week, or this week, on Monday, we saw WIZKID crossing 10 million monthly listeners on Spotify, but then there's a young Rema who actually is the rave of the moment, doing about 35 million. Now, this is the thing, it is not envy or something, it's a prayer of everybody who's older that the ones coming after them should always do better. Obviously, Rema is fulfilling that prayer at the time. Moving on, we saw far away in Greece. Rema is still doing numbers in Greece because the one year with Gomez called Calm Down currently sits at number 64. Currently sits at number 74 after making a re-entrance into the Greece singles chart for this week. And then on the charts, Rema has done 64 weeks. And when it was peaking, it peaked at number 4. It has appeared on the charts in 3 different calendar years, spanning from 2022 to 2024. At the same time, Rema, his exploits in Greece made him the longest charting African song ever in the country. At the same time, it ties as the highest charting African song record. Big one to Rema, and we are so happy that all of these exploits are coming in this dispensation. Still on Rema, we saw Fexo and Rema Bobalu picks on number 25 on this week Billboard Hot Latin Song. Now, for this Billboard thing is quite it's quite somehow because we had scored at the point for the Billboard Latin Airplay, Rema Bobalu sit at number 1. But then we also have the Billboard Hot Latin Song, which he currently sits at number 25, having spent about 7 weeks on that chart. Massive one for him. And then to an extent, it's good to say Bobalu is an amazing jam. You might not feel it because you're here, but then people who love the song, and Mexico, Costa Rica, the spaces, they all love the song and they are jamming to the song at the time. Now, Latino countries, South America, Brazil, Argentina, these are spaces where they don't joke with the song Bobalu with Fexo. And moving on, we have WIZKID Machala as the next guy on the news. We saw, like I said, WIZKID has been back in the studio, this time not with P Prime, but then with Mastercraft. And then we saw WIZKID actually vibe into what they have been working on together. And WIZKID is that person that we know he's cooking up song, we know he has songs in his archives, but then we are not sure if we're ever going to see this one. I have a feeling even the Mastercraft man at this point is like, please post this thing. Let me be on that path that you've created for these people and all of that. It's an amazing one to see that WIZKID is back again in the studio doing what he loved doing the most. We saw last year was a bit rough for WIZKID, not just a bit, was very rough for WIZKID after he lost his mom and cancelled all tours and all of that. Went back to his shell, came to the country, had a series of tattoos, did the funeral for the mom, and back and forth had just been going on with WIZKID. At the point, he came out giving money to people, GOE 20 meters. Now WIZKID invented the meter when he was in the country, and all of those was just he was trying to get over all of what happened. So about the Christmas, he came out to say he was going to donate the sum of 100 million naira to children in remembrance of his mom, Morayo, at the time. And we saw how all of that panned out. And it was an amazing one to see that he had a very good heart to make sure kids in Sierra at the time enjoy their Christmas as much as they would have wanted it to be. But this time, he's back again, up and running for the new year with Mastercraft. We really hope to see what they've done. For Mastercraft, we know that he's the engine of big song, and then when you have Mastercraft producing you on your song, it promises to be one of the best for the year. I'm still on WIZKID. We saw WIZKID Summer Volume 2. I've now spent 20 consecutive days sitting at number one on Nigeria Apple Music. But then, now, I want to give kudos to number 2. That's Sheyi Vibes. Now, this album, Naam Siaga, has also sat like consistently number 2 for like 20 days thereabout and everything. Now, it just shows that if WIZKID never drops an album, trust us to know that we're going to be having Sheyi Vibes taking this run on the long ride. And it's an amazing one because Sheyi Vibe, for some person you want to say he belongs to the streets and all of that, but then Apple Music is not to the streets. It's a space where everyone from but then Spotify is still waiting for him, but then we know that now at the time, Boomplay, Audiomack, Apple Music, Sheyi Vibe has a very good hold on these DSPs. And moving on, we saw they've always been this talk about what did Zlatan say on the song IDK with WIZKID, and then we saw somebody had in the mind to come out to say, Zlatan, what did you say? Did you say Ayebaje Pelu VVS, or did you say Ayepatek Pelu VVS? Now, for some persons, I for one believe he said Ayepatek Pelu VVS, but then Zlatan came out to clear the air saying neither Ayebaje nor Ayepatek. I never said any of that. What I said is Ayebageta Pelu VVS. I have to go listen to them like, oh, okay, it sounds like that, but then it's clear the air. What he actually said was Ayebageta Pelu VVS. And still on WIZKID, we saw WIZKID utility person talking about Jada P has come out to say 2024 no gree for anybody. Now this is like the anthem of everywhere from Nigeria. It began from Nigeria, trust me. Nigeria is almost the foundation of all of this thing here, and then it's going everywhere in the world. No gree for anyone. I'm telling you guys, our new subscribers and everybody listening to me, no gree for anybody. And moving on, we have Ashake as the next guy on the news. We saw Ashake's song Happiness, not the song, the one sad song with Ashake and Guna, which they called Happiness. That song currently sits at number 1 on the Kenya Apple Music Top Song chart. An amazing one, trust me. Having a song as far as Kenya doing massive number, it's just an amazing exploit, and good one to the guys who made this one a reality. Still on Ashake, we saw Ashake just surpassed 900 million streams across all credits on Spotify, and he ranks as the 11th most streamed Nigerian artist on the platform. Now, give it up for this guy, trust me. From 2022 till date, about 2 years thereabout plus, he has done this exploit for himself, 900 million streams without a global song. It just shows that just watch out for him. That's just the thing. Watch out for this guy. Watch out for him. If Ashake has a global song, it's gone. It's over for everyone. Now, see, the tables are going to be destroyed. Numbers are going to be broken. And this guy has all the elements to become the next conversation moving on from now. Moving on to the most trending guy is Victor AD, Red Eye, amazing guy. Trust me, Nigerians are just a set of folks who doesn't have a chill when it comes to religious issue, and then when you are in that trap, they bring out your past and drag you heavily like Tiger Generator. We saw where he came out to say this morning after the old past prophet Steve Joshua interview, the documentary with the BBC team. After this, said while he was alive, he abused people, slept with people, enslaved people, and it was not as good as the public thought it was. And we saw Victor Eddie come out to say, no, that's not true. And this what he said, Prophet Steve Joshua fake care. He says, person where God used healed me from skin disease at the age of 6, restored my mom aunt that was supposed to be amputated due to gunshot wounds, or it is my sister that got healed from blindness during her primary school days. So many wonderful deeds. Which of these are fake or staged? When my family and I were homeless, he gave us shelter and fed us. God is not a man. Say whatever you like, you know, we change God from being God. TB Joshua legacy lives on. That was the hashtag at the time. But then Nigerians came through the euphoria and obviously dragged him. But then there are proofs that yes, he was there. I saw where he had a testimony on the Madden TV where he got the holy water as acclaimed then, and which he said worked for him and the family. And there was some Nigerians coming out to say they called him, dragged him, called him names and back and forth. In response, Victor Eddie came out to say, everyone has been talking about their encounter with Prophet TB Joshua. Why is my own encounter vexing you guys? You all wish I had a negative encounter, right? Yeah, shame on you. And basically, now this is what Twitter stylishly deprives you of your opinion about conversation. It ought to be a space where you can say, if everybody's saying A, I have a right to say B. If everybody's saying Z, I could say A. It's my right to my opinion, it's my Twitter space. But Twitter fans and guys will make sure you don't have that right. In case you think you have that right, go there. They will make a mess of your right. And then he have said, shame on everybody who has been calling him out lately. He also came out to say, why you not the verse for waiting God to do for me now? At this point, these are the conversation that came after. Enough to share my testimony. Okay, somebody asked him, how many things you faced at the time? And then he said, enough to share my testimony publicly. Then another person said, why didn't you tell TB Joshua to restore your amputated career? Over 10 years in your career, you like I said, is that space so toxic, and if you're not mentally ready for it, it's advisable you don't go there. Moving on, we have another guy who has been doing expert for himself, talking about Omale, one of the biggest artists we have so far in the country. He announced his tour, the AFAS Live in Amsterdam, and just so you know, he has sold out that space at the time, happening on the 10th day of February in the year 2024, just days to the event. But then Omale have sold out the space at the time. We saw Fireboy coming out to give us hints that Opasima video will be out next week, and the album is about 99% ready. Now, this is where I say we are eating real good, because when Fireboy drops his album, good food is being served. Finally, we have a collaboration that we all never thought we need, and this time it is coming back home. Now, Olamide is that guy that's giving a lot of guys collaboration, and they've had big hits. Wandiko is a beneficiary of that. But Wandiko and Olamide, I kind of feel like Wandiko is already gearing up to have in Olamide this year, because he knows that Olamide on your song will actually be a big jam. Obviously, Ashake has been a big beneficiary. Fireboy and missed others who Olamide has blessed with a verse or two, and they've had big song in the career. This time, DJ Copy is saying, I don't want to be left out. I also want to receive greatness from Olamide, because she had a caption saying, back in the studio for the year 2024, and she had a post together with Olamide, Ginger at Olamide. Now, basically, they've been working together and all of that to create something for DJ Copy. DJ Copy has done some with so many persons, Fireboy, Rema, amazing jams at the time, but this time she's set to have this one with Olamide Bado. What are your thoughts about this song? Now, Olamide has shown that he's that guy that you can trust upon when you want a big jam. Will it work for DJ Copy? Let me share it on the comment section. My name is Daki. I'll catch you guys on the very next one.